Hello and welcome to Jamie's Motion Graphics, episode 3. Today we are going to make this. All of this has been made in After Effects, and I will show you step by step how to make it yourself. So here we are once again in Photoshop. So we are going to start, like always, with a new composition. My composition size is going to be 1280 by 720, 25 frames per second, which, yeah, it's good enough. I like it. You can also make it 30, of course, which is more of the standard. Although for animation, I guess, well, 25, even 15 is used. So we're going to make this as quickly as possible. So we're going to just make a new layer, always a solid. I always use solids. Well, virtually always. We're going to start with, I don't know which color. Let's make it a nice blue one. There we go. So this is going to be our first revealed object. We're going to use the standard background, so the black for the background, because all of the colors will pop a little bit more if they're on black. So we're going to use a mask to draw our object that we want to reveal. It's going to be like this. I don't know. It doesn't have to be like an actual object. You can make it whatever you want to be. And here comes the trick, because it's actually just a trick of how to use your masks. First of all, we're going to use this first mask and make it inverted and then add subtract instead of add. And this seems to be the same as just the mask I had before. The thing is, it will now block everything from being painted on the outside. So this black, if you make a new mask, so let's make a new mask. This will be an additive mask, as you can see, but if we place that above the subtract mask, it will be black. So both of them will be black. And that is because now, because of this setup, it will only draw if both of them are over the same spot. And this is how you make the effect. So we're going to just, well, pull this in a little bit. We don't want it to start off too big. In fact, we want it to be very small in the beginning. Don't worry about this not being perfect, because we're going to make it perfect by just clicking a button, hitting the shape button here on your second mask, and then resetting it to ellipse, because I want it to be an ellipse. So zooming in a little bit with your mouse wheel, in case you didn't know that. And we're going to set it up to start right here. And this is not frame 1, because first of all something needs to drop to activate this. We're going to set it to 3 seconds, so in the first 3 seconds something will fall down and it will then activate this. And so our mask path is going to be first on 3 seconds. The other one is not going to be edited, but this one is. So let's say that we want this entire thing covered in 2 seconds. So we're going to go to 5 seconds. In case you're having trouble with finding the right keyframe, so the right time basically, you can do 2 things. First of all, you can drag this to actually, well, widen the keyframes, and now you can see that it's quite easy to find the different keyframes. You can also use page up and page down to scroll one frame into the future, or well, back or forth basically. Oh my god. Anyhow, what we want is we want the center of this circle to be above this, so exactly on this middle part. But then we want to expand the circle to encompass everything. So we're going to just drag it out. Once again, don't worry about it not being perfect, because it won't be perfect. And we're going to just add it in a little bit. No, I can do this better. I can just plop this in here. No, we're going to do it like this. Never mind. So I wanted to fill up like a circle. So like into outwards. Make sure you cover everything so that your entire object is revealed, and currently it looks like this. So this is a very quick way of doing this. So if we deselect the masks, then it looks like this, which is exactly the way we wanted that to look. But it doesn't look very nice. I mean, if you zoom out, it looks a little bit nicer. If you make more pixels, it would look nicer. But yeah, you see all these edges. Well, here, that's because I drew it like that. But here you have this sharp edge, and we really don't like that. So we're going to go to Mosque Feather and just set it to a few pixels. I don't know, I'm going to pick 15 pixels or something. I can just type it in. It's just as easy. So it will keep being that 15 pixels for the entire time, but we do want the edges to be very sharp, of course. So make sure that in the end you don't touch the thing with the mask, so with the feather, I should say. So we're going to put it out a little bit more, and you will see that it will be a little bit more of a smooth transition now. So if we deselect everything, which hopefully works at some point. I don't want to select anything. Well, whatever. It apparently does not want me to deselect my stuff. I don't know why. Well, we'll just, oh, maybe it's because of this. Yep, it is because of this. I have that a lot, the double clicking. Anyway, now you will see that it's more of a smooth transition, but we still maintain the sharp edges on our solid that we wanted to reveal. And you can see that it's a little bit more of a natural flow of things. And then in the end, the object will be the same. So if you want to make multiple objects, you can add more. It's just a matter of taking up the entire, don't mess around with more masks because that doesn't work. Pick up the entire layer and then either go to Edit, Duplicate, or just hit Control D. And you will get a second solid, or a second layer I should say. You can rename them obviously, so this is 1 and this is 2. And we're going to go to 2 and change its color. That's our first thing. We want to, I already had it. You go to Effects and Presets, you do Change to Color. You just drop it on there. Now all we need is the color itself, and I will use the timeline to actually show the color in the previous layer. So we want to do from this one, so the bluish, which is the layer color. You can also take it from the block here, I just realized. And we want to make that into another color of blue. Blue greenish. And just hit OK. So you might notice that it's not really visible yet. And that is because we need to just set this one. And then it should all be good. So now we need to make sure that this entire layer is moved to the side. I don't know where it is. Come on. Grab all my masks and just move them over. It really doesn't want me to. Masks. Let's do it like this then. Yeah, having some trouble here with the controls, it seems. Oh, once again over there. Yeah, there we go. So we can now, this is layer 1, but it doesn't really matter. You can of course change your picture here by just changing your mask. So if you pick up mask, let's change this mask. So if you want to change mask number 1, which is the object that is revealed, you just you go and do a little thing with it. So if you go to the pen tool and then to the convert vertex tool, which is probably my favorite use of it. It's probably my favorite thing to use here. So we're going to make it into a different object, and I'm going to just completely make it different and therefore make the animation different. Because, well, that's the way we want it. We want it to be like nice and cool. So by doing this, I also want to make my whole animation of what is colored in different. So mask 2 now has to change as well. We're going to go to the 3-second mark, and because that's when it starts, that's when the animation starts. And we're going to move our thing to this position. We don't want it to be colored in yet. Yeah, I need to fix that on the other layer as well, I just realized. Because I have a feather now, I will show you what's happening. Maybe you've already noticed it, but come on. Because we have a feather now, you can already see that it's colored in. And that is not what we want. We want it to be completely blank, which means that we need to move it upwards a little. Come on. Why is it being so silly? I don't understand. Oh, this is the wrong mask, that's why. This is the one. So yeah, we want to move it outside of the range so that it doesn't appear yet, and then the rest will be the same. You can see here that the second one isn't ready yet, because first of all we need to make sure that the entire thing is revealed. So once again we go to mask number 2 on this one, and well, you can see that a lot of things are wrong. First of all, we wanted this point to stay here. Then we want this point to kind of be over here, I guess, somewhere. And then just make kind of a circular thing, because it reveals, by the way, overlapping the alt one doesn't do anything. That's the beauty of this setup. And let's see what it looks like now. So currently it just hits the top part, then goes out, and yeah, I don't really like it. I want it to go like follow the form. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to go a few frames forward, and I think at this point it should be here. So I'm just going to take this, put it over here, maybe twist this a little so it looks a little bit better, adjust this so it looks a little bit more like a circular form, and then we're going to do that a few more times. Like for example here, I would like this to already be over here, and then this to be like rotated. So I don't want it to break. No, it already broke. We can fix that, no problem. So let's see if we can actually just set it up to be the way I want it to. We're going to go once again to our Convert Vertex tool, convert it to a linear one, and then back to this one, and then it should be mended. Oh, not the pen tool, this one. So used to picking up the pen tool. So at this point I want it to be over here. I want this one to be over here, make it a little rounder. The top one doesn't really matter, but I'm going to make sure that it's out of range. And just check what it's doing. Like, is it the way you want it? This is, for example, moves a little bit quick in the end there. So is that what you want, or do you want it to move a little slower? Well, I kind of like it, so I'm going to use it like this. Then at this point, I think it should be in the middle here somewhere. Because as I said, I want it to follow the contours of this, this little object. You can of course make very complex objects if you want to, if you like to do that. But I am just going to show you with simple shapes, and well, you can make whatever you want. Once again, because this one broke, I want to remake it. Because if it breaks, I don't know why it does that. I still have to find that out. But if it breaks, you have a nice linear motion, but only up until this point, or sorry, a nice curvature motion, but then up until this point, and this point will be a sharp bend, and that is not what we want. We want everything to be nice and smooth. So yeah, this one now works. It will flow not through the middle here, so we can adjust that if we want to. You shouldn't adjust too much on your things, because it will look weird if you get too many edits, because we want the flow to be kind of nice. Yeah, I also don't agree anymore with where I put this point. First of all, we're going to put this point over here. and then put this point over here and do it more like this. It seems better. So this is our end situation then. Let's move this up a little so that it doesn't really interfere with anything. And you can see that now it actually colors it the way I wanted it to. As I said, it's now following the contours. It's now coloring it in properly, and we're just going to see what it looks like without selecting anything. So here it's all revealed, but in the beginning it's not. So let's just hit play, and you can see that they get revealed at the same time. Maybe we don't want that. Maybe we want it to be at a different time. So the only thing you need to do is just pick up your entire layer. So in this case this one, and just drag it back. So instead of at 3 seconds, this one is going to be revealed at 4 seconds when this one is already working on it. So instead of what we had before, we're now going to have, no, I don't want you. There you go. We're now going to have this. So this one's getting revealed first, then this one's getting revealed, then maybe a next one and a next one. And yeah, up until the point where you say, yeah, this is enough. Let's make another one, just for the fun of it. Control D on your layer. We want to rename it because we want to have nice numbers. I'm going to just plop these in. I'm going to lock them as well, so I can't accidentally select them and change them, because they're done. First of all, we're going to go to layer 3, the masks, and set mask 1. That's the object. Oh no, first of all, we're going to take both of them. That's the first thing we should do. And we're going to put them over here. We're going to change the color. Instead of this, we're going to make it greenish. More greenish, come on. A nice color. I don't know. Yeah, this seems nice. And now we're going to edit the points again, because, well, that's what we wanted to do. New object, it's going to be a little bit higher than the other ones. It's also going to overlap this one. And we will see if that actually works. I'm assuming it works. I don't really know yet, but yeah, we'll see soon enough. So this one will get revealed after this one, so that's why it's nice if it would overlap, because it will actually interact with the other object. And yeah, don't make it too high, I guess. I don't know what it's supposed to be. But yeah, you can make a giraffe out of this if you wanted to, and then reveal that. Keep in mind that this only works for the painted layer, so in this case it's only one color, but you can of course just put in a photograph, cut out a piece of that with your mask. So with your mask 1, just cut out what you want to show, and then just paint over it with the mask 2, and it will reveal it just as well. I can actually do one of those if yeah, if I feel like it. Who knows? Mask number 2 then. Let's go to the beginning. First of all, mask number 2 is completely edited. We don't want that, so I'm going to just hit the stopwatch once and then again to make sure that I reset everything that has been done to it, because I don't want it to already be edited. Yeah, it's going to drop on top here, and then going to spread out to both sides. It's going to be a little more tricky than the other ones. Once again, I want to be above the thing, because if I'm too close, because of the feathering, it will reveal part of it, and we don't want that. So then let's go to, I don't know how much time I had for the other ones, but I don't really care either. This one is going to be 3 seconds. I think I had 2 seconds for the other ones. Having different speeds will result in a better animation anyway, so might as well, right? Select this one. We're going to move that downwards first, I guess. Yeah, this one's going to move all the way downwards, and these are now going to be the ones that actually color in the form, the shape. And yeah, they're going to have to be kind of weird, but we'll fix that. So this one, I'm just going to make sure that everything is colored here and that it's not too close to the thing. Yeah, so it does work. It does overlap the other one. I kind of figured, but yeah, you never know. These things will work in your head, and then you make them and you're like, huh? Why didn't that work? And then, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I forgot something. But it seems that it's all alright. Let's put that over there. I don't know what's going to how this is going to look, so what's going to happen here, but we can fix it if we don't like it. First of all, the first thing I don't like is this. It becomes a weird shape. Now, we want it to be a circle, so we want this one to already be on the other side now. So we're just going to drag it to the other side. It's too early. Hang on. So at this point, it needs to be on the other side, just to make sure that it doesn't look too weird. So now it's all the way on the other side, and if we go back, we can now see that it actually becomes more of a circular pattern. Then I want this point to kind of travel with the rest. It will probably already do so, but it will travel slower so that we get this nice circular motion here. And of course, once again, we're going to adjust that a little bit to make sure that we have the nice transition, the nice circular transition. And once again, it broke. I really have to find out why it does that, because for some reason I can never get that when I need it, and I always get it when I don't want it. So again, come on guys. But yeah, we can fix it, and that's the most important thing, and now it won't break, hopefully. It has something to do with moving the point and then having a weird angle or something like that. I don't really know. So we're going to just set up a couple of these intermediate points where we have certain specific needs for what we want to do. By the way, here you can see what's happening in that point. It's going to be like a sharp angle with nice circular motions or fluid motions around it, but yeah, that's not what we want. We want it to be smooth in the point itself as well. And yeah, it seems that it has something to do with the angle I make towards the other points, so these two, and it can't calculate it or something like that. So we want this to be here. This one's fine. Let's see how that results in the end result. Yeah, it's actually it's fine. It looks cool. So if you want your normal objects to also be a little bit more vague in the end, you can also add some feathering to them. So you just go to Mask 1. So feather is just a way of smoothing out your objects and making sure they fit into the surroundings normally. It goes with pixels. Let me deselect it so you can actually see what's happening. So now you have like half pixels. If you put this to 0, and I get to deselect it, you have these very weird things. Here, if I set it to, let's say, 5, it would become very soft. You can see that the edge is now very soft. Depending on what you want out of your animation, you can get more or less of these feather pixels. I guess I'm going with 2 here. It makes it a little less of a sharp edge. I'm going to also do it here. Mask 1. Oh, it's locked, so unlock it. I'm going to give that a 1 pixel one. It's a smaller object, so it can do with less, and the first one is fine because it's all straight lines, sharp edges. So yeah, it seems like a good thing to have that as sharp as possible. Okay, so now we have this. Now we have all kinds of revealing objects. Oh, we can once again make sure that this one doesn't start with the other one. And we're going to put that to reveal at 5 seconds. And yeah, let's see what it looks like now. So we already saw the first two, and there's the first reveal. Let me deselect everything so you can actually see what's going on. The second reveal, and then the third reveal, which is a little bit slower, as you can see, but it does work. You can, of course, make more effects to it, make it a little more interesting, change the speed at times by dragging these keyframes or the mask itself. By the way, oh, I was still in the animation. I kind of saw this, yeah, this. It wasn't the end of the animation yet. So yeah, the animation works with way more feather, so you can definitely see when the edge is reached. Anyhow, let's see if we can find a photograph. So we do import file, and once we are here, we're just going to select the photograph. Yeah, all of these are kind of crappy for this, but yeah, I guess we can use this one. I'm going to import that into my composition, and I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to select the two masks from the previous layer, hit Control V on this layer, and hopefully it will actually do what I hoped it would do, and it will allow me to reveal my my photograph, and there you can see it, but you can actually do it with a photograph as well. Obviously this is not what I wanted to reveal. I wanted to reveal the Eiffel Tower, so let's try to find the Eiffel Tower. So mask 1 is going to be our object, which means that that is the one that we should be working with. So I'm going to set mask 2 to something really big for now, so that I can actually see what's going on. Normally I don't really need that, but because this is a photograph, I do need that. So I'm just going to cut it out very quickly. Obviously you can do whatever you want with it. If you want to add more of these points to your mask, you can do that with the pen tool. I will show you how in a moment. So let's imagine I want to have another thing to it to draw this closer to the Eiffel Tower, which isn't necessary, but I'm still going to show you. You just click on the pen tool and then click on your line, and you can make new ones. Excellent. And if we zoom in and just drag it in there, we can actually get some nice thing going. So yeah, let's reveal the Eiffel Tower this time. It seems about right. So I don't know how far up this goes, because I know it cuts off in the end, so the top is not on the photograph, I believe. Nope, there you go. So the top is not on there, but it doesn't matter. Everyone will recognize it, right? So let's go back to mask number 2, which we drag out to be this monstrous big thing, and go back to the original position, which is this nice little ball, and just hit the stopwatch again to remove all keyframes, and then put it on again, because, well, we do want keyframes. I'm going to put this mask 1 somewhere else though, or the entire layer I should say. I'm going to put that somewhere else. So just select your layer, put it wherever you want. The thing is, I don't want my Eiffel Tower to be revealed, well, from nothing. I want something to fall on it, because that's what our animation is going to be about. Let's put it over here, make it maybe a little bit smaller. So select your layer, hit the S for scale, and then just make it a little bit smaller. Everything will scale with it, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And then you can just drag it down. So back to my masks. So masks are M. Let's lock this one as well. Masks are M, and so we were editing mask number 2. And then we're going to say, well, this is the point where you should start revealing, which means that we should be close to it, but don't reveal anything yet. Yeah, I don't know if the feather is still on here. Yes, it is. So that's excellent. Okay, what do we want to do with this? We want to go downwards and then reveal both sides. I guess, well, you can make whatever you want. Yeah, I'm not going to make it too difficult. Never mind. So we're going to move forward. Where are we? We're starting at 820, and we're going to go to 10, 20. It's 2 seconds. Well, let's go to 11. 11 something. Yeah. So we're on our mask number 2, selecting the bottom pixel, or reveal thingy. I don't know what they're called. What are they called? If I want to add one, it doesn't say. Oh, it does say. Hang on. Vertex. Vertex, that's what they're called. So I'm taking the bottom vertex and just dropping it all the way in the bottom. I want these to actually just be there and make sure that we get a nice round shape. So don't pull them out too far to the side. Just make sure that they do travel a little bit to the side, because we want it to reveal nicely, which means that yeah, the top part shouldn't be. Yeah, so this shouldn't happen. Now it's too sharp, and therefore we want this to be more over here and this more over here. Then we can actually reveal both sides the way I wanted it to. So move this out to make sure that the feather, which is 15 pixels, doesn't encroach on our Eiffel Tower. With this being here, we kind of have a nice setup going now. So this is now moving all the way here. Delete this last one if you have it, because I adjusted something, and therefore everything behind it is going to be adjusted as well, but I didn't want that. So yeah, once again the thing broke. Well, let's put it into position first. We actually want this to go into position at some point. Currently it doesn't matter what it looks like because it's outside of the picture. And yeah, let's up this a little bit. And then, well, what we want to do here is we want these things to reveal the sides. So we're going to go to, I don't know, this should probably move up a little. And then we go to 11 something. And these are going to move over here and over here. And then, of course, they need to be somewhat perpendicular to what we're revealing. And then they will reveal everything. Let's just start with that. Let's start with the full reveal. Yeah, this one has to be adjusted once more. Convert vertex tool. Convert it twice until you have your original thing back. And then just adjust it for what you want. So this is the complete reveal. The complete Eiffel Tower. And yeah, let's go back a few frames and see why, or well, what is wrong basically. So what is wrong is, at this point they are not in the shell yet, so they're not revealing anything, and then here they have to travel inwards, which kind of makes this look linear, and we want it to be a little more circular. So let's move these in a little bit, making sure that you kind of stick with the old line that you had, because it will just look better. Once again, adjust that one. And then it should look a little bit better. So now they're going to just follow the sides instead of the, well, further out. You can of course say, well, I want them further out because it doesn't look correct. Just make a new vertex. Don't make it one for every frame, so make sure that you just use that sporadically every now and then. And then here it's going to reveal the sides one by one. Yeah, okay, looks cool. So let's see what the entire thing looks like. If we go to the front, I don't know when this is, so how far we are ahead of, well, we're really far behind the rest. Yeah. Let's move this back, so pick up the entire layer, move it backwards a little. So now it will start revealing about a second after this one. Yeah, let's make it exactly a second. There you go. So yeah, move back to the beginning, and then, well, I guess about here. Then we will see what happens. Our first reveal is coming in, second reveal, third reveal, and then the entire Eiffel Tower. Well, almost the entire. We're missing the top. So this is the entire animation then of the reveal itself. But what is going to reveal our stuff? That is a new question, of course. We have to do something with it, right? We can't just say, yeah, look at this. It's a black thing, and now all of a sudden it reveals something. No, we're going to make that a little bit cooler. We're going to stand on, well, the 3 seconds. This is layer number 1. The first thing we actually made, and we're going to say new shape layer. And we're going to make a little star. So in this case it's already selected. You can select here what you want to do with it. I want a star. So I'm going to draw a star. I'm going to type in the values anyway, so it doesn't matter how big it is or whatever. I do want it to be in the middle, because I don't think these things have their own anchor points. So the path is going to be, we're going to have a 5-point star, which is fine. The position is going to be, I don't know, hang on, let me try something. Rotation, if I rotate this, where will it rotate? Yeah, it will rotate around the anchor point of the entire layer, which is kind of a problem. So we're going to go back to where we were, which was to transform. The anchor point has to be at 0, 0 apparently. And then our polystar, which is just our star, is going to be at the 0, 0 as well, which is kind of weird because they're not in the same spot. So I don't know how to actually put them in the same spot. So I'm just going to drag it over. Oh, I guess that doesn't work. Anchor points. Oh, now it works. So if I just put it to, yeah, if I just put this anchor point to 0, 0, then it will snap onto the star, which is excellent because that's what we want. We want to make it rotate. We want to make some nice things out of that. Anyhow, the position really doesn't matter yet. I do want to have the inner and outer radius. Let's say the inner radius is 10, the outer radius is 20. So it's going to be small, but hopefully not too small. The stroke is currently, hang on. So the stroke is currently 0 pixels. Let's set that to, I don't know, 4. I don't really know what. And we want it to be a nice color. I don't really care. So currently it looks like this. It's kind of small. Let's make it 15 and 30. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. It's not great, but hey, you can make whatever you want out of this. The fill then, it was here as well with the stroke somewhere. Here, fill 1. I don't want a gray star. I want to have the blue that was actually, let's just make it blue for now. But I want to make it the blue that was actually revealed, so that's where our ink is coming from. So just go with your timeline until you reveal something, and then that is your color. So now everything is done, so everything is set up for this star, so we can put all the transforms behind us. Now all we need to do is actually move it. First of all, at time 0, it is going to be above the the canvas somewhere. But we don't know where, because it needs to hit somewhere. It needs to hit right at this spot. Which means that that is where we're going to put it. It sounds just about right. Position, well, you can drag the position. You can also just do it like this. And then we're going to set it up to the right spot. So 3 seconds. And now nothing is revealed, but it will start in a moment. We're going to get the position keyframed, and then we're going to go back to the 0 time, and we're going to drag this position, which is the Y position, to the top. And yeah, you may need multiple tries like I did, because I ran out of screen. But yeah, you can see that now it will move downwards, and you can make that move downwards as interesting as you want by adding some nice effects to it. It is kind of slow, but yeah, it will do what we want. So we don't want the star to stay there. Once it hits, yeah, we want it to disappear. So we can do that in several ways. We're going to do it, yeah, let's today do it just with the split layer here. Split layer, and then we're going to delete everything after that point. So we'll drop, it will hit something, and then it will immediately start revealing. So maybe we need 2 more pixels. Yeah, so the star disappears, and then we have 1, 2, 3 pixels before it actually starts revealing. So let's drag it out a little bit. Only the layer, not the point, because it did hit the thing, and then once it disappears, it immediately starts revealing, which is exactly what we wanted. So, all in all, this should be good enough for our reveal. And we do want to make a little bit of a rotation to it as well. So let's rotate it from 0. So set a keyframe at 0. And in the end, so where it actually hits something, we want it to have traveled for 360 degrees. Now let's just type it in. And you can see that once again it set the anchor point to the wrong point. So we're going to have to adjust that once more. The anchor point of the entire layer, I guess. I guess we have to do it by hand. For some reason, these shape layers are like, yeah, they don't really want you to use them, it seems. But we're going to put it over here, and then put the position, so the entire position has to be adjusted now as well, because now we're no longer on the spot where we want it to be. We want it to be on the reveal spot. So we're going to drag our entire layer a little bit forward in time so we can adjust the position. Yeah, only the Y position should be changed. The X position is pretty much the same. I did do a little bit to it, but not enough to make it a problem. And then we're going to drag this back to 0. There you go. And our star is now not at the edge of the screen because I dragged it all, and yeah, you can see. So let's see what it looks like. It will tumble down. Oh, let me deselect everything. It will tumble down, and you can see that the rotation is not too bad. We'll start revealing that. It's cute. But yeah, is it really what we want? Is it really good enough? So no, let's say no, it isn't. We're going to just select this, and we want this to be more of an interesting path down. Maybe, oh, I didn't lock my Paris layer there. So let's have it fall down with a little bit of a twirl. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. That's already better. It will hit, and then it will reveal. Obviously, you can just make multiple effects on this and just make it look a little bit nicer. Let's make another shape layer, or rather duplicate this one. And we're going to lock the old one. So now we have our new one, and all we need to do here is to adjust the color and adjust the fall time. So instead of at 2 seconds, sorry, at 0 seconds, it's going to fall at 1 second, and the color is going to be, well, that color. So let's see, polystar path, no, that's not it. Stroke is the edge, of course, and we want to keep that the same. You can make it different. And then the position, because that is of course important. Let's adjust the position at the right moment. So transform, this is not the polystar one. I don't know if it has one. But this one, we're going to have to set the X to something else. And the Y as well. So we're going to drag it to there. And then move it upwards a little. So yeah, like that. And that is 702. We can make this 700. So the X position has to be the same in this one, because otherwise it would look weird. Well, I guess we do have a twirl, but now it goes like this and that. That doesn't make sense at all. So let's move backwards in time. Put this to 700 as well. And just have the same twirl. Nah. This one is going to get its own twirl. Let's make it do something like this. I don't know. Yeah, it looks weird, so that's good. We want it to look interesting, and then move it to the 1 second where we want it to start. If you're having trouble finding your keyframe, once again, page up, page down will get you to the right keyframe, and you can also zoom in with this. And here, now you can see every keyframe, so this is one keyframe now. You can definitely see whether you're in the right spot. So just zoom out again once you're done. And yeah, this one will now look like this. Blam, will disappear because we already did that. And then all we need to do is one more for the last layer. Oh no, we have 2 more layers. Never mind. 2 more layers. So first of all, we're going to just drag it in time so that this one is revealed and the star exists. And then we're going to just, once again, content, polystar, fill. So take the eyedropper, get the right color, and then just all we need to do now is move it over to the new position in both spots. So first of all, the end spot, we're going to just say, well, we want the entire thing to be over there. And oh, that was not smart. Hang on. I just want this position. I don't want the entire position to change. So okay, let's just move it like this then. Yeah, I don't want the entire position to change, because then we would have a strange falling pattern, and well, we don't want that. Yeah, this seems about right. Maybe a little bit higher. And yeah, of course it's going to get its own falling thing, but it's going to be even more interesting because it's going to come in from the side, make a nice little arc, and then hit over there. And then we're going to set this to 3 seconds. And that should be all. So here it comes in, it goes a lot faster than the other ones. And yeah, if you want to adjust the rotation on this one, so let's say because it's going so fast, we also want to have more of a rotation. We can do it like this. So now it makes 1.5 rotations instead of just the 1. Looks like a ninja throwing star. So yeah, let's unlock this one, and because I forgot about the rotation, instead of making this have a 360-degree rotation, let's make it minus 360 degrees. So yeah, I don't know what it's... Hang on, does it rotate the other way now? So that one, so the first one, this one, is rotating right, as you can see. and the other one I wanted to rotate left. Currently it's still rotating right. So I don't know how to do it then, because I typed in minus 360, so let's just drag it to minus 360. Maybe that works. No, this is not going to work. We have to do it multiple times. It doesn't have to be precise. I do like it to be precise, but it doesn't have to be. So yeah, you just type -1 apparently, and it will work. I don't know why it didn't do that on its own. So now it should be rotating left. Yes, it is. And then this one's rotating right, going faster and having a completely different trajectory. As you can see, the reveal starts before we reach it because we haven't moved it back to 2 seconds. Now it should be fine. There we go. And then the last one, which would start at somewhere here. That's about 7. Yeah, we're going to do one more, and we can choose our own color for this one because, well, it's a photograph. It's kind of hard to tell which color it is. Once again, select the layer, Control D for duplicate, and you have a new one. Lock the old one, and let's see what we can make out of this one. So first of all, reveal the photograph, drag our time there, and then just put our star, well, first of all, right color. Let's make up a nice color. Oh, not stroke, I want fill. Which color would be cool? I guess something yellowish. Oh, let's take some bright yellow. Is that, yeah, it's not too offensive with the, I don't know. What would be a cool color? I like the green, but we already have green, so. Yeah, okay. Yellow it is. Yellow star, who knew, right? Okay, done here. Then we're going to transform. And we're going to adjust the position, but we're only going to adjust the position in the right spot. So make sure that you are with your keyframes, and then adjust the position to actually match where you want it to be. So this is about the height, and then let's go to the left. There you go, a little bit higher maybe. I don't know, something like that. And then, yeah, adjust the path if you want to. Let's make something crazy happen here. You need to start off screen, obviously, because otherwise it will look weird. And then this one should be more like this, I guess. This one's a little bit high. Yep, there you go. Let's see if it actually looks good. Pling. Yeah, the path is fine. But yeah, now we have to adjust it to the reveal. The problem is I don't remember where the reveal starts. I think it's 7 seconds. Yep. So let's put the keyframe to 7 seconds, and then everything should be fine. So once again, the star comes in, and it will disappear right as the reveal starts. So all is done, all is well, and we should now cut off our animation at the point where we want it to, which is going to be 11 seconds. So go to composition, composition settings, and set this instead of 18 to 11 seconds. I don't know why it's at 18. Weird number. Okay, now we have our entire thing. It should run quite smoothly. And well, we can you can of course do this with whatever. I'm using stars in various shapes, but you can pick your own stuff. And yeah, if you made something nice, just leave me something in the comments so I can see it. It would be really cool. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I will see you next time.